Hey everyone, this is what I had wanted to do earlier this afternoon on Facebook Live, but unfortunately my feed was not working. So what I wanted to talk to you about is some job search myths in the age of COVID. And while we are in a unique age of job searching, this doesn't mean that it's impossible to find anything either. So thinking, have you been laid off or furloughed? And of course, that's just a kick in the gut, right? Not going to say that it's not. It definitely is. But this doesn't mean that we shouldn't spend weeks and months sitting in the fetal position and feeling sorry for ourselves. What's going to matter next is what you do next. And it's not the failure that matters. I had posted earlier in the week that failure will happen to us, and it's not about failure. It's about what we do to come out of the failure. It's about the action that we take, and it's about what we do. So do we constantly remind ourselves that we failed, and do we just sit there and feel bad, or do we try to make it right and try and find the right things? So once you've processed everything that's happened to you, think about, how are you handling the crisis? How are you handling your job loss? And what are you going to do next? And the other things I'm hearing people say is that, well, there's not any jobs. And the important thing to remember is things are not going to be normal in the sense of how they were before this happened. A lot of employers and a lot of workforces are going to reassess where they are as far as remote positions. When push came to shove, a lot of organizations really worked hard to put together remote workforces very, very quickly so their employees could stay and work, and so they could still be earning and still be effective and doing what they need to do. But if we need to do this again, meaning isolate ourselves or social distancing or anything like that, then we need to think about, what will the economy look like? What will the jobs look like? So there's a good chance that things will not go back to the normal that we once knew. So there will be a reassessment once this is quote unquote over. And I use that term loosely because when it's over, is it really going to be over? It's just going to be different. And we're going to go into a different phase. And job searching will take a different turn. And jobs themselves will take a different turn. You will probably see a lot of remote work come into play. And a lot of roles that maybe were never remote have a lot more remote capabilities, because companies will just become extinct, for lack of a better word, if they can't employ that. Because if we should ever have to do this on a rolling basis again, then we don't know what's going to happen. So there's so many myths out there right now. And the important thing is to not let someone steal your dream. And to not let someone tell you to wait, that this is impossible, that you can't do this, that you can't find anything, nothing exists. All this means is that we are going into a new normal. And a new normal means that you have to shift your mindset. And that we need to think about what we want to get from that new normal. What do we want life to look like? What do you want your careers to look like? What do you want your salary to look like? All of this is possible, and it's all within our realm, and it's all within our grasp, and we can do it. But it's up to us in what we do next. So if someone tells you you can't do it, and that it's impossible, I want you to remember that that's them thinking too small, and that's letting you stay small. Others will give you all doom and gloom stories and tell you how bad the economy is. And while other ones will just tell you all kinds of positive stories and tell you to just be positive and be happy and to be grateful for this and that. And while I'm not telling you to be grateful, we should all be grateful as long as we're healthy, because then that means that we can go forward. But this is such a hard time for everyone. So we need to feel what we need to feel, and we need to own that. But don't get lost in that. If you're ready to level up, find a new role, and move forward, then you have to take back your power and control and start actively searching. Don't settle. Think about what the new normal will look like. Don't think about what things were before this started, because things won't be like that. And don't settle. And don't let someone else's thoughts, whether they be positive or negative, guide you. Their thoughts and their perceptions are based on their beliefs and their experiences, not yours. So, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can find a new role, even in the middle of a pandemic and a possible recession? It has been done. But the question you need to pose to yourself is, are you ready? So if so, along with this post, you will find a link to book a strategy session, and you can click that link, and then that is what will put you into action. And then what will happen is, through this call, we'll decide if we're fit to work together to get you to that next level. And I will also openly and honestly tell you the truth. If you are playing too small, being too negative, self-sabotaging, letting fear win, or letting your doubt win, because that is the only way that I can help you find the right solution. The most important thing right now is to stay safe, stay healthy, and I will be here when you're ready. Take care, everybody.